friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kristen and this is Growing Zone 9B. So today we have a bunch of key limes that I have picked and been picking from our key lime tree. And so I've been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the key limes. I thought about maybe, you know, putting some of them, like squeezing them out and putting them in ice cube trays. But right now, the vid is going around again and other sicknesses and illnesses. And so I figured that the reason why we're getting them right now is because we actually need them. So we are going to be juicing and making like a lemonade, but we're going to be using key limes. So they're super beneficial for you. Don't forget that key limes are an immunity booster. Why? Because they have vitamin C. I mean, they look almost just like a regular lime or lemon. I've let mine go to like the lemon stage almost. That's how I prefer them because it makes it easier for me to actually squeeze them out. When they're still like more like a lime, those rinds or outside skin is very tough. And so I don't prefer to sit here and try to juice them that way. And honestly, I've been having these just fall right off the tree, so it's been really great. Key limes are actually a good digestive aid. And so if you have key limes, don't forget that you can just do a little bit of warm water in a glass and squeeze some key limes in there. Drink that down and it'll kind of help with digestion. Key limes are also good for like weight loss because there's not a lot of calories in a key lime. So if you just did it naturally, like you just wanted to juice it in some water, then you'll get those benefits. And they're just like a natural, like kind of just like overall just detoxifier. They also help to alkaline the body, and that's why I really wanted to start growing key limes, because I think we all need that, you know, alkaline profile for our system to kind of function well and heal. And a lot of us don't have that. A lot of us are like out of whack for sure, especially like I'll own it, like, you know, being that I work all the time and stuff, like it's just a lot on the system in general. So you just become more, you know, your immune system becomes weak and it's just really difficult sometimes. So how I make my juice, it's a super simple, easy recipe. Now I also use this glass jar for making teas. And so what I'm gonna do is, right now I'm actually just gonna add regular sugar, well not regular, like the cane sugar into our mix here. And honestly, I wanna do about a full cup. That's probably like 3/4 of a cup. It's probably not actually a full cup. And it'll all mix in. I'm gonna just add the Zephyr Hills water to it, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna actually cut these key limes. I cut them in half, and then I cut them in half again. And I probably should get a strainer. There's my strainer because I just wanted to catch the seeds. Now, how I do it is there's about 16 cups of 16 cups of water that are going to go into a 1 gallon size container. And so in all honesty, for about 16 cups, I'm going to do 3 key limes per cup, if not 4. So there's my regiment. So in case you don't actually have like a gallon size jar, you just want to know what that would equal out, because I do have smaller containers, and so sometimes, you know, if you're just like a single person, you don't necessarily need an entire gallon of lemonade. But the reason, or key limeade, but the reason why I'm making this is because one of my friends, and we all have different skill sets, so this is no, you know, this is what it is. She said she did not know how to make lemonade or limeade or anything like that, that she just goes to our Chick-fil-A and buys it by the gallon. And you know, that's fine if that's what you feel like you'd like to do. But if you're growing key limes or limes or lemons, and you'd like to try to make your own, this is a really great way to do it. Now, you could get a little juicer, like a little spin top juicer that I do with my oranges and stuff, and you could juice it that way. But I will tell you, I just found, for me personally, it's just easier to sit here. I mean, it's time consuming. This is definitely made with love, but I'll just sit here and squeeze these out. Now, the seeds, honestly, you can plant them back in the ground. They will come back up. People say that they are more sour. I personally never tried to grow them. I've just purchased them. When we were in the Keys, my parents actually purchased these for me, technically. I wanted some key limes, and so my parents were able to actually get some, and so that's how I ended up with my, they're actually Mexican key limes if you're looking for the specific type of key lime that I have. Now what you can do is, if you really want to get even more use out of your key limes, you will peel out these, the inside of the key lime, and you will use the outside rind, and you can literally mix like baking soda, a little bit of water, and some the rinds of the key lime, and let it sit for a little bit, and you can make yourself cleaner. So there's cleaners that you can make. It makes your house smell really like fruity and citrusy, and I mean, I like the citrus smell anyway. That's one of my favorite oils to actually get, is like a citrus oil, because just smelling citrus can actually help with the attention span. So if you have kids that need to be paying attention to something, or even yourself as an adult, and you're feeling really kind of tired, brighten your day up with a little bit of a spritz of orange. Like sometimes if I have a meeting or something that I need to really be focused on, I will do some oil, like rub some oil on the back of my neck with like another like component, like some coconut oil or something, and I will just, or I'll put it on my wrist or my arms, and I'll make my own like little lotion, and then that kind of helps me to pay attention. I've also taken just some key limes to work, and if you roll them, my key limes are so heavy in the oils, honestly, that you can like just smell it on your hands after just touching the key limes themselves. So I will sit here and I will continue doing this until I feel like there's enough key limes to get this juice going. But it's super simple, super easy. That's what we like. We like stuff like that, and it's just a great way to keep ourselves naturally healthy and doing you know, our immune boosts to keep ourselves as well as you can. And I just got squirted in the eye by key lime juice. All right, so I survived. I should probably put my glasses on so that way I don't get key lime juice in the eye. All right, so we're just gonna continue doing this until it's done, and we'll add our water, put it in the fridge, and it makes for a beautiful, beautiful drink. So we have made our Key Limeade. It looks delicious. Here it is. Look at that. Do you remember when, well, I'm gonna date myself here. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to buy like the orange juice and the, I think it was called, it was Minute Maid, like lemonade, and it was in the frozen section in the cans, like that was living. You were definitely a kid back then, you know. It was nothing like fresh though. Nothing like fresh. It was that concentrate pack. So I'm that old, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of wisdom behind yourself here. So let's give this a try. Man, that's good. Wow, there's nothing like fresh. There's nothing like homemade, do it yourself. Definitely a lot of love. You're getting that tang from the key limes, but I mean, it's beautiful. And as you can still see, I have key limes left over, so we are gonna have plenty more key limes to go. There are still tons on the bush itself. I have gotten over at this point about 160 key limes, and there's still more out there. So that's quite a bit, friends. That if you ever price out a key lime, they are actually not cheap. I mean, depending on where you live, but around here, they're not a cheap fruit to actually purchase because they're so unique to the tropics that, you know, we just don't get that here. So unless you're a little bit further south from us, you're definitely going to get more of the key lime coconuts and stuff like that. But here we're right on that cusp of being able to really grow it very well. So where that bush is, that tree is, it's doing just fantastic. It's a dwarf key lime. It is a Mexican key lime, and I encourage each and every one of you to be doing your own juices, because while it's a little bit time consuming, it is well worth your time and investment. All right, friends, until next time, love one another, be kind. I cannot wait to see you guys soon. Stay healthy, and we'll be back with a new video shortly.